daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the daily Manchester United podcast. I'm your host for this evening's episode, Niall Hannigan, and what a month we've had, Reds. I mean, absolutely incredible. Brilliant October from us. 3 wins on the bounce: Sunderland, Liverpool, Brighton. And I suppose we have to talk about Player of the Month. So I've had a look at the Man United website. We have an article from Matthew Holt, and he has shortlisted the 4 Man United players that are up for grabs for this award this month. We have got the pretty much 3 new signings here. We've got Saint-Lemain, we've got Matthijs de Ligt, we've got Matheus Cunha, and we've got Brian Mbwemo. So we're going to spend a bit of time going through each of the candidates for the award, talk a bit about how they were getting on over this month through the last few games, their performances, and why they've actually merited to get here so far. And do you know what? It's nice to actually be talking about players in a very positive light compared to some of the other months that we've had. So yeah, definitely on upward trajectory here at the Daily Manchester United, which is brilliant. But yes, a couple of them did stand out over this 3-game period following the international break. We have a 4-man shortlist. The first one, Saint-Lemain. 3 appearances, 1 clean sheet, 1 man of the match award. He's just 23 years old and absolutely incredible start to his career at Man United. We mentioned it before, the security that you feel as a fan when Lemain is in the nets compared to some of our previous goalkeepers over the last couple of years and recent months as well is just night and day. It's an absolute pleasure to see him in goals, and I think that just shows how low the bar was for a goalkeeper to come in and to perform at just a decent level. And if you're performing at a decent level as a Manchester United goalkeeper this season, then it's already way better than what we had. So it took a while for Lemain to actually get that debut and to get that run of games. There was a chance that he came in just before the Manchester derby, and there was a chance that he was going to play that game, but kind of elected with Bioniq and kind of stuck with him for the next couple of games. But when he did get in, he got his first club match against the Black Cats, and he was named man of the match this month. Absolutely incredible game against Sunderland. Just looked so secure. There was that one clip of the Man United fans giving the standing ovation when he came out and grabbed the ball from just quite an ordinary cross, but once again kind of showed the lack of confidence that the defenders have had and that the fans have had as well in their goalkeeper. And really, since that Sunderland game, he's been excellent. You know, he continued that vein of form going into the Liverpool game. Obviously, Liverpool could have scored a lot of goals. They hit the woodwork a few times as well, but he did pull off a lot of good saves within that game as well. And then he kind of carried that form as well into the Brighton game. Didn't get a clean sheet, conceded 2 goals, but I mean, the free kick from Danny Welbeck probably could have done a little bit better, but the speed of the ball just took it past him, but it was quite central. But I suppose the second goal, there wasn't much he could do about it. So Saint-Lemain, absolutely delighted with the start he's made to his Man United career. There's a lot of things I like about him. There's a lot of tweets and different comments going around as well about how he wore this boring outfit to when he was called up to the Belgian national team, and that's exactly what the fans wanted. I hope he stays as boring as possible and as low key, because he's been absolutely excellent and has brought a kind of a feeling of a surety and assurance to that backline as well, which is exactly what you need and what we've been crying out for. So definitely worth the shortlist for this Player of the Month. Moving on to Matheus de Ligt, 3 appearances. I mean, de Ligt is probably coming into his prime now. I mean, I think he mentioned it himself in a recent interview where, you know, he's 26 now, around that age, and spoke about kind of defenders kind of coming into their prime a little bit later, I suppose, especially kind of towards the back end of their 20s and maybe early 30s as well, and feeling that he can kind of play for a long time. We know that he kind of burst onto the scene with Ajax and then had that move to Juventus and was absolutely excellent for that team, and has been playing an awful lot of games at such a young age and captaining teams in the Champions League, etc. but seems to have regained that form and that confidence as well when it comes to the Dutchman. And he's been absolutely excellent. He's been playing against a lot of top quality players as well, especially in that Liverpool game. And he was kind of playing on the right hand side of the back three with Maguire down the middle, and coped quite well. He was probably one of our strongest players as well throughout the other months where we were struggling as a team, but he's been absolutely excellent. And definitely kind of showing the dominancy that he has within that back line, and across 85% of the matches he's going to be playing in that middle of the back three. And I think that assurity now with Lemon, with De Ligt there, we have Shaw and Yoro kind of backing him up on either flank as well in that back three. It seems to be building somewhat of a strong core there as well. And as a fan watching in, you do have a little bit more confidence there than what was there over the past couple of seasons. So hopefully he can kind of continue that form and continue to be kind of a colossus for us in there as well, because he's been absolutely excellent. And, it's not easy coming in as a big signing like we've seen, where a lot of pressure was on him, a lot of expectation, but he's adapted quite well, I think, and he's only kind of going from strength to strength, which is great. But yeah, those are the first two players. De Ligt and Lemon definitely deserve their call up for this shortlist for the October Player of the Month. And after this short break, we will discuss Cunha and Mbwemo and how they get on this month. And we will also decide who gets our vote for Player of the Month.
Your daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.
Your body is unique. And Global Sports Podcast Network has partnered with Bioniq, the world's most personalised supplements. Bioniq provide 100% tailor-made supplements designed to deliver precisely what your body needs at exactly the right levels to optimise your health. No guessing. So click the link in the show notes. Use the code GSPN2025 for 40% off your first month's subscription. Bioniq. Don't settle for off-the-shelf solutions made for just anybody. Get what's right for you right now.
Your daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.
I'm absolutely delighted for Matheus Cunha to get off the mark there at the weekend against Brighton. He's been excellent for United, and I've seen that he's got a little bit of scrutiny, not too much, before that game at the weekend, where people were kind of saying he has been playing well, but where's the output? Where's the goals? Where's the assists? And I think if you actually look at the performances and look at the games, he's adding so much to the team that we've been missing. A player that if you're in trouble, you can give the ball to. A player that can go past players with ease is something that we've been missing for years. And really, really happy that that kind of pressure has been lifted off him, where he's got that goal, excellent goal, touch and finish outside the box. And he plays with this arrogance as well, and this good arrogance that, give me the ball in any situation, any time of the match, and in any position on the pitch as well. And to have a player of that confidence in your team that believes that he's better than everyone else is exactly what you need. And when he is providing that bit of output as well, it's absolutely brilliant. And just an absolutely quality player. And it really does show that United kind of got their transfers kind of right this season. Obviously with Cunha and Mbwemo taking players that are Premier League proven, that have done it for a couple of seasons, that have shown the output that they can do it at a kind of a so-called smaller team or lesser team, and to be able to kind of bring that expectation to them to bring it to Manchester United. So it's an absolute joy to watch him. There's so many occasions, even in that first game against Arsenal at the start of the season, where he's running past 3 or 4 players, he's taking the ball in the half turn in midfield and going past people. He did the same against Liverpool to kind of win a lot of frees up the pitch when we needed to kind of slow the game down. Intelligent player as well, not just going to give the ball away for the sake of it. Protects the ball very well, relieved a lot of pressure as well when needed across many of the games that we've had. So an absolutely brilliant signing. has that character to play for Manchester United as well, and has shown in many interviews that he absolutely loves the club, was a big fan when he was younger, naming all the players that he would have played with as well. But yeah, absolutely brilliant from Cunha. And yeah, finally, just to round up the shortlist for the October Player of the Month, we have Brian Mbwemo. I mean, what can we say about him? He's been absolutely excellent. We've spoken so many times around him as well, around the link-up play that he's had with Diallo on the right-hand side. And, he's been our top goal scorer this season, and there's no wonder why. He's been absolutely excellent, and he really did hit the ground running in terms of the new signings. Got that strike against Anfield, scored a couple of goals at the weekend as well. We're going to miss him. We're going to miss him during that African Cup of Nations. But it's going to be a tough one to replace. But the voting is now open. You can vote on the Man United website to decide who is your Player of the Month. But for me, it's got to be Brian Mbwemo. I mean, absolutely excellent. Mention again that we're bringing all these players in that have Premier League proven. And yeah, I hope that he can kind of continue this run of success and run of games and run of form, because he's been absolutely excellent. 3 appearances, 3 goals, 1 man the match. Enough said. But anyway, thank you very much for tuning in for this episode for October Player of the Month, and we will see you in the next one.
Your daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.